and welcome to Jazz Behind the Scenes. Every year, hundreds of people flock the island taking part in St. Lucia Jazz. And we're talking about visitors and international acts. Have you ever wondered how they get around?
We do have quite a number of artists coming in. Then we have quite a number of media coming in that we host and have to facilitate. So we work with key groupings. So for example, we work with Barefoot Holidays. We have been for the last few years for the artists, and they manage the inflow, the pickups, the getting to the hotels, getting to the sound check, getting back to the hotel, then back to the performance, and then back to the hotel and the airport. And what they do is they will hire, you know, from varying groups to get the vehicles that, you know, some people want the luxury SUVs or that sort of thing. So they make that happen and they link with people.
The taxi drivers are looking forward to that because that is a way of bringing additional revenue to their pocket, and that is a way that they can even open new markets for themselves. Because if they sell themselves well because there are a lot of tour operators here and travel agents, if they sell themselves well, you know, some of them get returns by people sending people for them and things like that. So for us, jazz is a very, very important part of our agenda.
So people fill out applications to come, media from the US, the UK, Canada, and the Caribbean, and then we determine who we feel the best and who's going to give us the best exposure. And we bring them down and we host them. And hosting them means accommodation and ground transportation, of course facilitating the kind of interviews that they want to get. So that's a whole other set of ground transportation that we work out. And we use a variety of local drivers to handle that area as well.
Now, since we have a lot of people coming and going, so the taxis obviously get a lot of business from me. I use a particular taxi service, and so they get that business. On the Jazz Festival itself, we do a shuttle to the park. So again, then they get that is just with the taxis in particular. So we do a shuttle to the venue. So people don't have to worry about looking for a self-hired car and getting stuck in traffic and stuff like that.
If you go around the Caribbean and you go around, you will see that St. Lucia has one of the best sets of vehicles doing taxi now. I think it has worked magic for us, and it's still working magic. But when it comes to capacity, I think we are well over that.
And with the hotels, it's really a matter of price and who can give us the best price for, you know, the rooms that we need. And again, the artist requirements. What is the artist that, because at the end, the rider attached to the contract specifically states we want X, we want Y, we want Z. So we attempt in all instances to fulfill their needs. When we can't, we just say, listen, this is not available, and we can pretty much eliminate things that we just can't do.
We have a little poolside party, you know, a little rum punch party, and, you know, just get them prepared for the activity. You know, bring in a little one-man band. You know, put some music out there, and, you know, put some local finger foods and some, you know, local drinks and some rum punch, and just, you know, prime them up for when the jazz rolls around.
You are a liaison officer for both the international as well as the local, and then you have to ensure that everything is in place. If it's international, you have to make sure that hotels, accommodation, in terms of transportation, everything. If it's local, of course, transportation in terms of the sound checks. You have to make sure all of that is in place. So I suppose you have to take the professional approach to that, and I guess the tourist board will be looking for people who they feel are competent enough to be able to do that. You have to be driving back and forth, going to the airport, meet them, see them off, and so you have to have transportation access, and you know, basically not just being a liaison officer because you want to go to a free show.
We've had a crop of these officers that, you know, some that have been there for, you know, quite a few years, and then we've added and subtracted from that grouping as our needs have changed and evolved, French speaking, Spanish speaking, whatever that may be, and those who have really done a good job, and that, because at the end of the day, we cannot take chances with the artists. You know, we want to ensure that from the moment they reach that they have a good experience, that there's efficiency, professionalism, and all of these things. So that's really, really critical for us. So we go based on the grouping that we have, and you know how every year they progress, and we feel that they fulfill their job duties.
Jazz Behind the Scenes is brought to you by St. Lucia Electricity Services, Kotex, Holiday Taxi, Lens Express, and Heineken.